Ants are known to biologists for their incredibly complex societies, but leafcutter ants might just take the cake. Many an observer has been awed by the sheer number of leaves they harvest, but here's where the story gets interesting. They're actually carrying these leaves away to underground compost piles. Once those leaves are broken down, like any good farmers, the ants use the compost to grow their real food, a fungus. So today, we're going leafcutter hunting. My idea is I'm right in front of the shrubs that they've been eating lately, so I'm gonna try and show you guys how they cut the leaves, that whole delicate process, and then once we're done there, hopefully we can follow that trail all the way back to a nest entrance. It should lead down into an entry point to their nest, and from there they disappear underground. Let's see how we go. I found their plant of the moment, and this girl in the middle here, she's in the middle of cutting a piece off right now. She's got her jaws in there and she's slowly inching her way around. You can actually, let's see if I can get a closer look, because you can see the cut that she's making there. Look at that. Ouch. So what she's doing here, you can see she grabs it with her jaws and shoves it up, hoists it up over her head. And she's going to proceed to carry this thing away to her nest. At least to an entrance, and we're going to try and find that too. So I'll leave these guys to keep cutting their leaves, and we are going to go on a search. While we're nest hunting, let me tell you a bit more about the relationship the leafcutters and their fungus food have, because it's fascinating. It's not a one-way street. The ants and the fungus have evolved such a specialized way of living that they're both utterly dependent on each other. The ants rely on the fungus as food, one particular species of it, as a matter of fact, with the rather uncharming name of Leucoagaricus gangliophorus. Meanwhile, the fungus doesn't reproduce on its own, and it can't survive anywhere outside the ants' gardens. So in this way, the fungus too depends on the ants to survive. It's a mutualistic relationship, that is, one that benefits both sides, and essentially it's a far more ancient and sustainable version of agricultural human societies. And here it is. Look at this, look at this. This is the entrance. We found it. One of many entrances, I'm sure. But this is the last we're gonna see of them. So they're all harvesting those leaves to bring them in here, and at this point we lose track of them. But they'll keep going far underground. Those nests can be up to 7 meters deep for an established colony. So let's take a minute here to consider what your day looks like as a leafcutter ant. That depends mostly on your caste, the role you fulfill in leafcutter society. There are 4 of them: the queen, soldiers, workers, and minima. Like in any monarchy, a queen is born, not made. She's not out here doing any of this grunt work. She started the whole colony, bringing a piece of fungus from the colony of her mother and beginning a new life. Her role as the only ant who can lay eggs is to keep the society growing, up to a population of 3 million or more if they're successful. Once a queen starts her colony, you'll never again see her outside. The whole colony depends on her, so she's very well protected. The next size down are the soldiers, instantly recognizable by their menacing jaws and the unfortunate fact that their heads look more like butts. You often see them out on patrol, seemingly walking around doing a whole lot of nothing, classic supervisors, but when a fight beckons, they're the girls you call. Much more abundant and visible are the average-sized worker ants, who are the ones you see tirelessly climbing up to the canopy to slice off pieces of future compost for the fungus. You'll sometimes see a tiny ant riding the leaf as the worker carries it home. The little ants look like they're just bumming a lift, but they have an important job too, and if they don't perform, the consequences can be disturbing. See, zooming through the tropical forest are the nightmarish animals known as phorid flies. These charming flies love nothing more than leafcutter workers to lay their eggs in. Yeah, not on, in. Right inside their heads, in fact, where the tiny maggots can proceed to cheerfully eat away at the contents of the ant's head until it falls off. Workers are rightfully terrified of these things. The hitchhikers, more technically known as minima, are there to act as the workers' tiny bodyguards, using their extra height to shoo off any phorid flies that get too close to their carrier. The minima are both adventurers and gardeners, as the more tranquil side of their work is tending the fungal gardens. People have spent thousands of hours studying these amazing ants, discovering fascinating information about their leaf preferences, minus the fungicide, thank you, their genetic makeup, every ant in the colony is female, and their solution to overpopulation. If you have more soldiers than you need, just tear them apart limb from limb while they stoically accept their fate. But perhaps the best thing of all is to just lie there and watch them. Trust me, there's more drama in what goes on here than in any telenovela. Much more dismembering and head-eating, too.